If you ask most Nigerians about the freest and fairest election in our history, they'll tell you it was June 12, 1993. Moshood Abiola, MKO, a popular businessman and politician, was clearly winning the presidential election. Nigerians were ready for democracy after years of military rule, but before INEC could announce the final results, Babangida cancelled the election. Till today, this remains one of the biggest political betrayals in Nigeria's history. In his book, IBB admits that the election was free, fair, and credible. So why did he annul it? He says it was a tough decision and he regrets it. According to him, the military and some powerful figures believed that allowing Abiola to take over would lead to national instability and even a civil war. There were rumors that some people were planning violence if the election results were upheld. But let's be real, many Nigerians believe the annulment was never about security but about the military not wanting to leave power. IBB says he was only trying to protect Nigeria, but the decision ended up causing more harm than good. The country fell into chaos. Protests erupted, and eventually, it led to Abiola's arrest and tragic death in detention. Even IBB himself admits he would have done things differently if he had another chance. This is a clear lesson on how one bad decision can change history forever. Now, let's rewind to 1966, the first coup in Nigeria's history. Most history books call it an Igbo coup because the top coup plotters, like Major Kaduna Nziogwu and Major Emmanuel Ifeajuna, were Igbos. The coup led to the assassination of top northern leaders, including Prime Minister Tafawa Balewa and the Sardona of Sokoto, Ahmadu Bello. This event led to a deadly counter-coup in July 1966, targeted at Igbo officers, and eventually contributed to the Nigerian Civil War, Biafra War. But here's where IBB disagrees with the usual narrative. In his book, he says calling it an Igbo coup is misleading. Why? Because an Igbo officer, Major John Obienu, actually played a key role in stopping the coup. According to IBB, this shows that not all Igbos supported the coup, and painting the event as an ethnic conspiracy is an oversimplification. Nigeria's history is complicated. Ethnic labels sometimes make it harder to see the real story. Instead of seeing the coup as a purely Igbo thing, IBB wants us to look at the political tensions and corruption that the event was notable for the convergence of Nigeria's past and present leaders. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo chaired the occasion, emphasizing the significance of documenting personal narratives for future generations. He advised IBB to anticipate a spectrum of reactions to his memoir, stating, "Remain unruffled and friendly to all reactions to the book. The more praised and condemned the book, the better." That means it's been read. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu served as the special guest of honor, while former Ghanaian President Nana Akufo-Addo delivered the keynote address. Former Vice President Yemi Osinbajo was entrusted with reviewing the book, highlighting its comprehensive portrayal of Nigeria's political landscape during IBB's era. General Yakubu Gowon, a former military head of state, reflected on his relationship with IBB, expressing gratitude for the restoration of his honor after a tumultuous period. He recounted, "I had a very rough time in government. Later on, President Shagari rescinded that order. And you, IBB, in the end, restored my rank and honor." Peter Obi, the Labour Party's presidential candidate in the 2023 election, acknowledged IBB's admission of chief, MKO Abiola's victory in the June 12, 1993 election. He expressed hope that this acknowledgement would pave the way for recognizing true winners of past elections, fostering national healing and unity. Tony Iridia, a seasoned journalist, found IBB's apology for the June 12th annulment acceptable. He noted that the events leading to the annulment did not align with IBB's usual decisive leadership style, suggesting external pressures influenced the decision. The autobiography has not only sparked discussions, but also achieved significant commercial success. Reports indicate that nearly 17 billion naira was generated from the book launch, underscoring the high level of interest and support from various. IBB's book doesn't erase the past, but it gives us more insight into his decisions as a leader. Here are 3 things we can learn. 1. Leadership decisions have long-term consequences. One wrong move, like annulling June 12th, can change the course of a nation forever. 2. History is never black and white. We need to look beyond simple explanations, like Igbo coup, and understand the deeper causes of political events. 3. Nigeria is still learning from its past. The military ruled Nigeria for many years, and the effects are still visible today. Democracy must be protected at all costs. As Nigerians, we must always ask questions, learn from history, and make sure leaders are held accountable. Let's keep the conversation going. Do you believe IBB's version of events? Or do you think he's just trying to clear his name? Drop your thoughts.